Fine Things of Youth tells a haunting story of a brief, misbegotten affair between an impressionable young music student and a charismatic singer. Joining us with more about this Chicago premiere is the Vice President of the Norris Cultural Arts Center, Mark Smith. Welcome to Community Connection. Thanks for being here today.
Glad to be here, Cindy. Thank you.
So you are one of 5 venues for this story of Lucy Gayheart. And this is from the novel written by Willa Cather.
Right.
And this is the first time Lucy is coming to Chicago. This program has been staged a couple of times in Nebraska, which is where Willa Cather was from. Right. But there's a Chicago component to this story.
I first heard of this opportunity through a friend, Stu Ainsworth, who's a big supporter of the arts in the Fox Valley and the Tri-Cities particularly. Stu came to us with the idea of producing the Fine Things of Youth and told me that Evan Bravos was the star of the show. And I know that Evan's a wonderful singer. I've known Evan for a long time and followed his early career and thought it would be a really great opportunity for us to be a participant in this little tour that they're doing. And it's particularly timely for us because it's our 40th anniversary season at the Norris Center and gives us a little bit of a different performance to add to our mix of events this year.
It is an interesting piece. It was conceptualized by Tom Gallagher, who sits on the or the Willa Cather Foundation. Right. And this is the 100th anniversary for Willa Cather, so this was kind of the reason to bring the show to Chicago, I understand. But there's also a connection because a big part of the story, Lucy Gayheart takes the train from Nebraska to Chicago.
Right. And the fact that the Collaborative Arts Institute in Chicago is really the driving force here, and we're happy to collaborate with them. Evan told me a cute story about how he met Shannon McGinnis, who's with the Institute. They met almost coincidentally at a concert in Chicago, and the subject of this show came up, and it just seemed like a natural fit for both Evan, the show, and the Institute. So it's all coming together in a pretty big way now in the next month or two.
And so the CAIC, the Collaborative Arts Institute of Chicago, is the final performance, I believe, on January 20th.
Right, and before that there will be a performance up at Northwestern University, I believe, on the 18th of January. The same weekend that we're mounting the show in St. Charles at the Norris Center, it will also be performed the previous night on the 13th at the Elgin Arts Center.
I think it's the Elgin Arts Showcase?
Elgin Arts Showcase, that's correct. And there will also be a performance at the St. Charles Public Library. So people have a lot of opportunities to see it. I'd obviously like to see a good crowd at our venue. Our venue is a very engaging, intimate space. It's an art gallery venue with a high ceiling, a lot of daylight, surrounded by beautiful art, good acoustics,
wonderful
small
acoustics.
Audience. So would encourage everybody to come out and enjoy the performance at our venue.
And so if they choose to come to the Norris Cultural Arts Center, it's norrisculturalarts.com. If they want to see the CAIC performance, that's caicchicago.org. And then you can also find more information at willacather.org. But you are celebrating your 40th anniversary, and being a St. Charles native, I remember when the Norris Cultural Arts Center opened.
Well, it was a gift to the community from Delora and Lester Norris, who also donated all the land for the St. Charles East High School campus. So yeah, there's a lot of history there. We've had a lot of big name performers over the years. More recently, we've concentrated on local performers and artists and more of a fine arts focus to our season, although this year we're reaching out to some things that are a little bit outside of our normal scope of performers.
And this is a perfect example of that.
Right, exactly. We're going to have, for example, Bill McLaughlin, who does a nationally syndicated radio show called Exploring Music, and he'll be doing a live version of his radio program as part of our series. So we're looking forward to that. A couple of other things. We have a world guitar virtuoso, Fareed Haq, who's both classical and jazz. He'll be performing both genres at his concert. We'll be using both the Norris Theater and the gallery for some of our events this season. So I would encourage everybody to just check out our events on our website, and hope to see you out there.
Well, and you've had some great events. I know that you've had artist talks where that artist is on exhibit, and then you've actually shown some
Right.
how-tos or explanations. I think
Right.
there was one about roadsides.
Sure. Yeah, Nick Freeman, he's a St. Charles artist, and he's a oil painter, and he's also a photographer, and has a habit of going out to shoot photographs of neon signs, and he created a whole book about it. And he gave a lecture series a couple summers ago when we gave him a one-man show in our gallery. So yeah, we try to do things that are a little bit unusual, not what you might expect on a community arts center. So yeah, we would encourage everybody to check out not only our events but all of our gallery shows for the year.
Now, the art that's on exhibit, how can someone purchase that?
Almost all of the exhibited art in our public shows is available for purchase, and the prices are right on the works. So that's just a matter of coordinating with the staff to make sure that happens.
And how frequently does that exhibit change?
We have about 6 or 7 different exhibits throughout the course of the year. In fact, we have our watercolor exhibit will be mounted in the spring of 2018. And that show's been going on for about 30 years every year. In fact, I think over the course of our 40 years, we've probably represented 5,000 artists, and that's not an exaggeration. And if you multiply that out times the number of works that they've all shown, we've had well over 10,000 original art pieces exhibited in our gallery.
Phenomenal. Well, it is definitely a jewel in St. Charles,
Yeah,
Norris Cultural Arts Center.
We call it the cultural cornerstone of the community.
Absolutely. So your performance, January 14th, for the Fine Things of Youth.
3 p.m.
3 p.m. Tickets are available at norrisculturalartscenter.com.
norrisculturalarts.com.
norrisculturalarts.com. All right, and willacather.org for more information about the program. And we wish you continued success. Thanks for being
Cindy.
here.
Thank you very much.
All right.